Here we go. Hi everyone. I've literally been staring at this screen for about 10 minutes, nervous to hit the start button. But we got here, so Happy New Year. I'm just jumping on because I've mentioned on Instagram and a couple of places on social media about where I've been for the last 10 months and what's been happening and what is going to happen with Soul and Sparkle. And yeah, I just want to sit down and have a really candid, open chat about where I've been and what I've been doing. So that's what this video is all about. It's taken me a little while to be courageous to just to honestly just start and to move forward. Yeah, because I think a lot of us feel that way when we're really passionate about something that we want to do, or something that we feel called to in a sense, and it can be really daunting and can be really scary. And so part of me facing my own giants in life is sitting before you and doing this video. So please bear with me. I'm a little bit nervous because it's like putting my heart out on a silver platter. But yeah, I know there's grace. So thanks for watching. So yeah, the last 9 months has been interesting. It all started with back in March. I felt like I just needed to unplug from social media, and I was just getting way too caught up in comparison and just keeping up and posting for the sake of posting. And it was just becoming like I was losing the joy out of running a business, and it was also affecting my marriage and my peace of mind at home. So I decided to do a 40-day fast, completely off social media. And then after the 40 days was over, I just had no desire to get back into it. And even though my heart and my passion was into Soul and Sparkle, it just wasn't there to continue for that time. And I really felt like God was saying, you just need to take a step back, Chloe. Like, change the way I think about business, change the way that I think about myself, about life in general, about what purpose means, about what living meaningful means. And so the 40-day fast actually propelled me into a 9-month season of rest, or season of doing nothing really. Well, what I thought was nothing turned out to be a lot of work in my life. But yeah, isn't that funny? Like, we think nothing's happening, but deep down there's always something happening in our lives. That there's nothing that's without purpose and meaning. Everything happens for our good. So from there I started learning about gardening. I learned about slow-paced living. I read a book called Cultivate from Lara Casey, and that was really, really helpful. That's actually what kickstarted me on the journey of gardening. And just need to take a breath for a second. That gardening taught me a lot about connecting with myself, about how seasons are really vital, and they don't just happen to us, but they're necessary for us to really thrive in life. And yeah, and so I learnt about growing seed and how long seed takes to germinate until it blooms, and then from blooming to then pruning, and then letting that process happen all over again. And it was just a really beautiful metaphor. It's what I needed in my life in that time. And yeah, God was just teaching me a lot about my own identity and my own process in that. And I don't think it's any coincidence that my name actually means to bloom, to be a green shoot, and it's all like interconnected. And that was a really full circle moment for me of like, I'm called to bloom, like I am called to flourish, and here I am learning about how that actually looks, and I had just been rushing through and trying to do all these quick step processes, and that's why, like, all these little things I was doing within my business were really short-lived. They had no root system. And this 9-month period of being away from Soul and Sparkle and doing work, behind the scenes work that really matters, is vital to how I thrive, to how I flourish, and to how anyone else flourishes in whatever their niche is. And so I had to allow a season of time for my roots to grow deep. And I think, like, lost my train of thought. So I had to allow the roots to grow down deep, and that wasn't just going to be a quick, like, 40-day process. And I honestly think that God must have been laughing at me, because when, like, the 40 days was up, I wanted to get back into work, but I also felt the pull of, like, no, this isn't right. You need to keep resting. And so what took 9 months, like, I resisted a lot of that, and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to take time. I didn't want to slow down. But the more I leaned into it, the more I felt peace, and I felt the change slowly. And I think so many of us are addicted to quick fixes. Like, we live in the age where everything is instant and fast, and if our phone doesn't load up in 1 second, we lose our minds. We're like, this is ridiculous. And so that growing period, and for me, and that 9 months of being deeply rooted, like, that was so vital for me, and I needed that. And now that I'm back, I don't think it's any coincidence either that it was a 9-month journey. The time it takes to grow a baby and to have it not only grow but grow healthy. There's so many metaphors in this specific, like, for me and for what I'm going through. And so I'm just so excited for the new year and what's to come. And so that's, like, a lot of the background of what I've been going through. And now, coming out the other side, I'm journeying with God a lot about how Soul and Sparkle looks. I know that for many of you that have been following, you've noticed that I haven't been super open about my faith and my journey with God. But that's all about to change, because everything that I have, everything in me that is joy and freedom and peace, and the self-worth I have for myself, and the love I have for myself, and the ability to be able to see that in others, it is all because of Jesus. It is all because of me knowing him. And so I feel like if I don't talk about that, I'm denying his power in my life, and I'm also robbing you of the truth that I carry. This is my story, and without him, honestly, my world would be, I don't even know where I'd be. And so I can't separate those two things. I can't talk about self-worth, and I can't talk about freedom and peace without introducing you to where peace comes from and who gives you the freedom. And so that's going to look a little bit different, and I know that not everyone's going to like that, but I have to walk in the truth of what I know. I can't deny that. But yeah, a lot of the content, a lot of the topics are going to stay the same. A lot of self-worth, and we're going to talk about relationships and identity and faith and insecurities, and just all of the real stuff that we go through. I think we're looking for real answers to real problems that we face, and I really want to provide a holistic, spiritual and practical solution for you girls. And I'm just thinking, is there anything else I need to share? The content. So a lot of last year I would do blog posts, and and I know that you girls do like that, but I did a little quick poll in December and I asked, you know, what do you girls think of videos? And a lot of you were interested and a lot of you wanted videos. So videos are coming, and I'm going to try and keep them bite-sized. I know this is a long one because there's just a lot of stuff that I need to share with you. But yeah, videos are coming and I'm going to try and keep them all within 5 minutes, and they're going to be raw and real and full of practical and spiritual wisdom, and just really like get into the nitty-gritty of what it is to do life together, and to empower each other and to live life on purpose. So yeah, that's going to be changing over the next couple of weeks, maybe a month. Stay tuned. And the other thing I want to talk about is just in terms of when, like, my mindset when it was coming to living out purpose, and I think a lot of us struggle with this, is that we see it as this grand, lofty, mystical thing that's just going to happen. Like, our purpose is just going to happen. And throughout the 9 months of my time away, God spoke to me a lot about what purpose looks like, and it's not as lofty and mystical as we think it is. It's actually really like simple when you break it down. So I'm going to be sharing about purpose in the weeks to come, because I think that's something that, and it's a good time of year to really talk about it, I think, because we get so caught up in it, and sometimes we think it's just going to fall in our lap, sometimes we force it into our own hands, and God's really given me some insights from the scriptures and just key people in my life who are living their life on purpose and what that looks like. And so I can't wait to share that with you, because that's something that would debilitate me. I would not step out, and I wouldn't take risks, and I wouldn't try new things, and I wouldn't even do what I was good at, because I was so like, oh, if it's the will of God, like, it'll happen, or make it clear to me, like, give me a green light. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's thought this way. And so I think we just need to have a really candid conversation about what does it mean to live on purpose, and I can't wait to go through that with you in the future. And so all of that to say that I don't have a business model for what I'm about to step into. I don't have a strategy per se. I think for too long I hid behind that as a procrastination thing, and then I would never actually do the work that I feel I have in me. And even what I'm doing now, like doing this video, took so much guts and so much coercion to like sit here and talk, because it's nervy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what if people hate it? What if I sound stupid? How many times have I said in this video? And I just psyched myself out, and I was like, Chloe, enough's enough. Like, you just need to start. And I feel like for many of you, that's what you need to hear. You just need to start, and if you stumble, that's okay, you're gonna get back up. So all that to say is I'm just going to step one foot in front of the other from now on. This is my commitment to you publicly. But I'm going to just put one step in front of the other and use what's in my hands, what's in my heart, and just go forward. And sometimes it's going to look funny, sometimes it might be like bang on, and then other times I'm gonna get a comment that's gonna probably put me in a like 3-day spiral of I'm the worst person ever. But the important thing is I'm getting up and I'm moving, and I want to encourage you to do that too if you've been holding back from doing something that's in your heart or doing something that you know that you're good at. So okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because I've spoke for almost 15 minutes, but I really hope that gives you a understanding of where I've been and what I've been doing, and that you will be with me on the journey into 2018 and beyond. So thank you for listening. I love you all, and I'll be praying for you, and yeah, I can't wait to journey 2018 with you.